¿Qué es la que hay, mi gente? Welcome to Virtual Math Masters, where you will never do math alone again. I'm your boy, Master Cruz, and today we're going to dive deep into two-step equations. So straight out of the bat, I'm going to say you need to know how to do one-step equations. If you don't know how to solve a one-step equation, go back, watch the one-step equation video. Remember that I have all the videos that you need, so you don't have to go around and be hunting down in the internet. Just go to virtualmathmasters.com, join our community, and you'll have all the videos in order over there. I'm still making some videos as we move on. So if you want more videos all in the same place, please go ahead and join our community. That'll let me know that you really want that. So two-step equations, the goal here is to isolate the variable. And if you understand the pattern, you could do any problem no matter what the numbers are. So here's the pattern. Here's the math pattern. You gotta ask yourself, why is the variable not by itself on that side of the equal sign? And then you use the inverse operation. That's it. When we use inverse operations for two-step equations, we just move, divide, move, divide. So how does that look like? Example 1. So we have 3x plus 10 equals 22. We want to know which side is the variable on. Well, the variable is on the left-hand side of my problem. So I'm only going to look at the left-hand side of my problem. Why is the x not by itself? Well, it's being multiplied by 3. That's a number next to a variable means multiplication, and it's being added by 10. So which one of these two numbers do I cancel first? I'm going to cancel the number that's by itself, the 10. All right, so the way I do that using my inverse operations, I subtract 10 from both sides. And when I do that, 3x does not simplify with anything, so I just bring it down. I actually read the expression that says positive 10 minus 10, that is 0. So it's gone. I do not write anything. I keep the equal sign aligned, so I just drop it. And then 22 minus 10, it is 12. Okay, so I cancel the 10 by moving it to the other side, right? Changing the sign. So that's what move means. We're going to move that 10 by canceling it, making negative. And then divide, So we're going to divide by 3. X is not by itself because it's being multiplied by 3. So the inverse operation here is divide by 3 on both sides. The 3's will cancel because 3 divided by 3 is 1. Bring down the x, which is alone by itself, porque estoy solito. And that's it, because it is by itself. It's alone, it's solo. So x equals 4. That's my answer. The reason why this is called two-step is because we did two-step to solve it. First, we subtract the 10, and then we divided 3. Okay, so that's it. That's the pattern. Let's repeat the pattern with example 2. If I have negative 5x minus 20 equals 15, well, I have some negatives in there, but the problems are still the same. I'm going to look at the side that has the variable, right? So I only care about the negative 5 and the negative 20. I'm going to cancel the 20 first. So why it's x with 20? Well, x is being subtracted by 20. The inverse operation is add 20 to both sides. Remember, what I do on one side of the equal sign, I got to do it on the other. So I'm going to drop the equal sign just the way it is aligned, and I'm going to start simplifying. I drop the negative 5x. There's nothing else there. Negative 20 plus 20 is 0. That cancels. And 15 plus 20 is 35. Now, please do not make the mistake of, if you put minus 20 by accident, canceling it, because if you put negative 20 down here, negative 20 minus 20 is negative 40, not 0. So make sure that this is a plus. Make sure there's a plus 20. These two numbers have to have opposite signs. All right, once we're here, we only need one more step because it becomes a one-step equation. X is not by itself because it's being multiplied by negative 5. So the inverse operation here will be to divide by negative 5 on both sides. This will cancel. Negative divided by negative is a positive. The x is all alone by itself, so I can just bring it down here. I keep my equal signs aligned, and then this is negative 7, because 35 divided by 5 is 7, and a positive divided by negative, it's a negative. By the way, if you don't know the rules of negatives and positive, make sure that you check out how to multiply and divide positive and negative numbers in my videos. In my community can help you too, okay? Or adding and subtracting positive and negative numbers. Now, when we're in this step, and I'm going to redo it real quick, negative 5x equals 35. I'm going to talk about a common mistake so that you don't make it. All right, your boy is telling you the common mistake. All right, people want to add 5 to both sides because they see a -5. This is wrong. And the reason why that's wrong is because you're not subtracting 5 from x. When -5 is next to x and there's no sign in between, that means multiplication because a number next to a variable means multiplication. So let's do example 3, which actually has something going on with the x. So this is +5 minus x equals 9. We want to look at same thing. Which side has the variable? The left-hand side. So we need to cancel the 5. This 5 is a positive or negative, but it's positive right now. So I'm going to do the inverse operation, subtract 5. And if I do it from one side of the equal sign, I got to do it on the other side of the equal sign. And then I simplify. 5 minus 5 is 0. Bring down the negative x. And this equals 9 minus 5 is 4. And you might be tempted to finish, but we're not done, people, because there's a negative. We want no negative. We're all positive in here. So how can we cancel that? Well, if this was a number, you would just divide by that number. Well, guess what? There is a 1 there. It's hidden. And not just a 1, a -1. So the way that we get rid of that negative is to divide by -1 on both sides. And if you do that, then you get it, because 4 divided by -1 is, I think you guessed it right, -4. So x equals -4 is the same number, but the opposite sign. That's the pattern. Every time that you have a negative x is whatever number is there, but it's going to be the opposite, all right? But now we're going to get into the meat of this. This is all the same. I hope that you saw the pattern, move, divide, but what if fractions? You know they always like to throw you that curveball, right? So example 4 talks about fractions. What to do if there's a fraction? Well, we still follow the same pattern. We look at the side that has the variable. In this case is the right-hand side. So we only care about these numbers. We don't care about the 7 right now. Which number do I cancel first? Well, the one that doesn't have the variable, 5. Think about it. If this was not a fraction, you will cancel this number first. We still do that. We still cancel that number first. This is going to be -5. And when I do on one side of the equal sign, I do it on the other, -5. I drop this equal sign, and I will simplify. 7 minus 5 is 2. 5 minus 5, it is gone. That's 0. And we have 1/3 x left. 1/3 x left. Okay, let me put it in green so it's constant. There you go. And what do we do here? Well, if you did what one-step equation video, you know that when you have a fraction, the way you cancel fraction is by multiplying. And if you didn't, let's write it down. Okay, to cancel fractions, you're going to multiply by the denominator. That's what you want to do, by denominator. Okay, that's the way that you cancel a fraction. Every single time. You just multiply by the denominator. So here we go. All you got to do is multiply by 3 on both sides, because that's the denominator. And 3 times 2 is 6. Okay. And this equals, well, the 3's cancel, because that's the whole point that you multiply times the denominator to cancel the fraction. And you're just left with 1x or x. So x equals 6. That's how you solve a problem if you have a fraction. The last type of problem also has a fraction, but this time everything, the x minus 3, everything is on a fraction. So in this case, even though you might want to add 3 to both sides, you cannot do that. And I hope that you're paying close attention. You cannot do that because this whole thing is the numerator of the fraction. Here, we need to cancel the fraction first. And this is very simple. All you got to do is that you multiply times the denominator, because that's what we just learned. To cancel fractions, we multiply times the denominator. All right. But you don't actually distribute the 8. You cancel the 8, because that's why you multiply by it. And you just have the numerator x minus 3 equals 4 times 8 is 32. Hey, it's a one-step equation. So to get the x by itself, because it's not by itself, it's being subtracted by 3, you use the inverse operation and you add 3 to both sides, and you're going to get that x equals 35. And that is the answer. So that's how you do two-step equations. I hope that this pattern helped you a lot. If you need additional support, personal support, please come join our community at virtualmathmasters.com. You'll never do math alone again. All the help that you need, you'll have it in one place. All the videos you need, you'll have it in one place. As of 2022, I'm creating the videos as we move along the whole school year. So if you want more of these videos, and you by subscribing, you're letting me know I want that help. I want that homework help. I want more videos. I want test reviews. I want live community tutoring sessions. That's what we do. You come in, you ask me the question directly, and I'll be there to help you out. Okay, so this is your boy, Master Cruz, with Virtual Math Masters.